everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 23 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. In today's video, we're going to give you predictions on the first roster update of the year and a potential to make stubs off investing in cards. Now, guys, before we jump into this video, if you enjoy it, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and smack that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on this channel, helps the videos get noticed. And also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for Diamond Dynasty content, whether it's how to make stubs, how to get free players, how to build your Diamond Dynasty team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So if you look at the upcoming content schedule for this week, on Friday we got a big promo coming, but also we have the first roster update of the year. Now we're putting out this video, I'm just going to call it like it is. It's a little bit late, right? It's Wednesday, 2 days before. If you were really truly investing in cards, it should have happened by now. I am going to point out some players that I think get upgraded and talk about future upgrades, but the potential to make a lot of stubs I don't think is there right now. And I'm also very curious to see how San Diego Studios plays this, because last year on the first roster update of the year, they went crazy. Like, they upgraded everybody with, in my opinion, not enough data to go by. And I don't know if they're going to do that again this year, if they're going to hold back on things. I really want to see how it plays out, what they're looking at for IRL stats versus what they're boosting up in this game. And that will give us more information and just better judgment on future upgrades and future potential investments to make stubs in this game. So we'll definitely be dropping these videos before the roster updates, which happen every 3 weeks now, and we'll give you more time in advance to prepare. But let's talk about some players that I think are definitely going to get upgraded, and we're going to start with second baseman from the Marlins, Luis Urias. And I did have to look up how to pronounce his name so I didn't butcher it. I'm not going to lie, I've been sleeping on this dude. I didn't realize how well he's been playing. I mean, he's been in the league since he's 4 or 5 years, since 2019. In that span, he's got a 320 batting average. This year, he's up to 458, which obviously it's not going to stay there, but he's off to a really, really good start. His worst season was in 2021, where he had a 294 average, and right now he's hitting 385 against lefties. So I would have to think, I mean, he's got 68 contact against lefties right now. I would think that alone would bump him up and probably get him close to a gold card, if not like a 79 overall silver. The problem here is if you look at his pricing, he's already right around 1,000 stubs, and you don't even see a ton of gold cards go for 1,000 stubs. So my advice to you is, if you have this card, I honestly would be selling it right now, because people are obviously on this one, right? They know he's probably going to get upgraded. I could totally see him going down in price. Now, if you believe he's going to continue and play very well and go diamond at some point this year, you might want to hang on to the card, but I think his price is probably at his highest right now based off of the hype. We got Jorge Mateo, which is a guy who has silver defense, and I think he's a 76 overall right now, mainly because of his speed, his steal, and his base running, right? He's got 91 steal, 99 speed. His hitting attributes aren't very good at all. He's hitting pretty well right now. Now, he's got a 370 average on the season. Again, will this hold up long term? We're not too far into the season, so you just never know with these things. But if they adjust his contact numbers, he's not a home run hitter by any means. 353 average against lefties, 379 average against righties. Those contact numbers are 55 and 48. Like, they would have to go up, and naturally that's going to take him from a common hitting to at least bronze or silver and bump up his overall. I could definitely see this guy, who looks like a pretty good defender and has that speed, I could definitely see him bumping up to a gold card based off of his batting average alone. Now, if you look at his pricing, again, you know, gold cards are anywhere between 400 and 800, maybe 900 to 1,000 stubs. Looks like people are on this one. You just look at the dates, the trends on the marketplace there. So this one, if you have him, is also another opportunity, in my opinion, to sell right now, because will he get upgraded? Likely. Will his price go way up above where it's at right now? Probably not. And the next card is going to be the same thing. Bryson Soto from the Philadelphia Phillies. He's got a 363 average right now, hitting 320 against lefties, 382 against righties. contact against right in game is 46. Like, that's terrible. So they got to bump that one up with his 382 average. And then against lefties as well, it's only a 62. So I could certainly see the contact getting bumped up. He's, again, not a home run hitter as well. And he's been in the league for some years here and never really maintained a great batting average. So this is a really short-term investment. If he can continue to play this way like anybody else that we're talking in this video, obviously they're going to continue to upgrade him. But for now, look at the pricing. I'm a broken record right now, but even if he goes to a silver, there's not many silvers that are 600-700 stubs. So if you got this one, I would be selling right now. Josh Rojas is a player who's got off to a good start, and I think generally the Diamondbacks players were, not expected to be extremely good this year. They're a solid baseball team right now. His pricing is good where it's at right now if you want to invest, but I would still proceed with caution. So he has a 352 average right now, only 286 against lefties and 375 against righties. So they could certainly bump that contact against righties up, but in 5 seasons he averages 260. So again, is this just, early season hot streak? Is he going to maintain this? I'm not thinking he will. So if you want to get in and you think this card could potentially go silver or gold, which I personally don't, he's basically under 200 stubs right now. But if you don't believe he's going to maintain this average throughout the year, you would just hold on to what you got and probably not invest too heavily in this card. Next up, we have J.D. Davis for the San Francisco Giants. 347 average this year, but over 7 seasons, 268 average. So kind of like Rojas here, he's on a hot streak right now, but is he going to maintain it? I don't think so. He does have a decent right-handed hitting and power numbers. 4 home runs isn't a ton, but all 4 of his home runs are against righties right now, and he has a 394 average against righties. So the contact 74, that could bump up, and the power being at 58 against righties could bump up a little bit, seeing how he's kind of dominating that side of the diamond with all 4 of his home runs being against right-handed pitchers. Only a 250 average against lefties. In 2019, he had his best season, which was a 307 batting average and 22 home runs. If he could replicate that, that would turn him into a potential gold card at some point this year. And with the pricing right now where it's at, it's good for an investment if you think he could go gold. But we're talking 7 seasons, and he's really only had 1 decent season. So will he do it again? Maybe. Likely. Probably not. Jake Berger might be my favorite investment out of all of the hitters that we're talking about in this video. So he's got a 308 average and 5 home runs right now, and that's 8th in the league. His splits are as follows. He's got a 500 average against lefties with 2 of his 5 home runs coming against lefties, and then a 222 average against righties with 3 of those 5 home runs coming against righties. So it's almost like they might need to bump up his power against right, but his contact against left. And as you can see, he's already got pretty decent contact against left for a bronze card at 80. The power against righties there is not very good at all at 60, so maybe that jumps up a little bit. But I'll just be kind of following this guy because he's got the, he's hitting for power with the 5 home runs. He's got a pretty good average at 308, and he's not overly expensive. Like, you can get him right now for, I would say, under 150 stubs. So I don't know how this guy's going to pan out throughout the duration of the season here, but it's somebody that I've bought like 20 cards of just in case, and I'll just be keeping my eye on him. A bunch of cards I'm going to speed through that I think can go gold to diamond. Adley Rutchman, of course, he's playing very, very well to start out the season, an 83 overall, so it's not going to take a ton to get him up to diamond, and he's already got that diamond defense. You can see his price. I mean, even, like 85 overall diamonds don't go for a ton right now, but he's in like that 3 to 4K range, where if he goes up to diamond, I would think it might bring him up to like a 5K price point. So that's something to pay attention to. Same thing with Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's off to a really good start there. Obviously, he hits for power and he's hitting for average right now. Defense isn't going to be a strong suit, but he's an 84 overall, so he's very, very close to being a diamond. And I think the way he started out throughout this season, he's probably going to get that upgrade. Again, with the pricing here, is it worth the investment? Can you really make a ton off of it? Who knows where his ceiling is? That's the thing with Vlad Jr., because we've seen him get up to like an 87, 88, 89 overall in prior years, and being now at an 84, this could be a good time to get in. He's been pretty, steady priced throughout the duration from launch of the game up until now. So that one is up to you. And then Matt Chapman's just going absolutely bananas right now, like just driving in runs like crazy, really good average. But over the long term, is he going to continue to do that? He's already at a 79. He probably will get bumped up to a gold. Will he go diamond at some point this year? I just don't know. If you look at his pricing here, if you believe he's going to go diamond, if you think he's going to keep up what he's doing right now, this is a great time to get in and buy, because those buy now prices are like under 1.5K. But I personally don't think he's going to keep this up. But he's like the MVP of the season right now. I'm speaking very loosely, but he's playing very, very well. And then one more, Nolan Gorman, who's hitting good for power right now. A couple home runs. I think he has 4 or 5 total on the season. And I think we'll probably get bumped up to a silver card on Friday's roster update. You can see his pricing right now is kind of in that silver pricing range already. So if he goes up to gold, you got a potential to make some stubs if you're buying around 250 stubs right now. But that's, he's a long way away from getting a gold upgrade, but another card just to keep an eye on. And then we'll talk about just a couple pitchers. Marcus Stroman, who was great in his day at one point, kind of fell off, but he's starting very, very well this year for the Cubs. 0.75 ERA, only 2 total earned runs. He's got a 0.92 whip, 1.46 batting average against, and this is in a 4-game span. He's got 25 strikeouts, which is pretty decent, ranks him among the tops in the league right now for starting pitchers. So his price is kind of where it should be right now. If he goes to gold, maybe it goes closer to 1,000 stubs. Is he going to get all the way to diamond? This is, somebody to pay attention to each and every week, or each and every start, I should say, when he's out there on the mound, to see if he continues to put up these numbers. Luis Castillo is definitely on diamond watch, in my opinion. 82 gold right now. He's got a 0.73 ERA, only 2 earned runs allowed as well, 0.131 batting average against, 0.61 whip, and he has 1 more strikeout than Stroman at 26. So obviously he's already a gold, Stroman's a silver, but Castillo right now, probably one of the best pitchers in the league just off of this season. I want you to make sure you heard what I just said, just off of this season. If he keeps this up, he's going diamond without a doubt, and with his pricing being, 2.5K or so, this would be a pretty good investment if you believe he's going to keep this up, and if you believe he can go diamond, which I do. I'll probably buy a couple of these just in case. Pablo Lopez, off to a really, really good start as far as strikeouts go. He's got 33 on the season. He's up there like top 3 in strikeouts. I think he's actually number 2. Everything else is pretty solid. Only 5 total earned runs, 1.73 ERA. Batting average against is 0.167. His whip is 0.81. Just off to a really good start. 78 silver card. I think he gets bumped up to gold on Friday. His pricing, though, is a little bit too high for investment purposes, and I truly don't believe that he's going to maintain this and get all the way up to a diamond. So this is another one where I possibly, if I had some of these, I'd probably be selling them right now, because almost 1,000 stubs on a silver card is a pretty good selling point. And then we close with David Bendar. I probably maybe messed up his name. I'm not sure. Closer. I think he's a closer. I know he's a relief pitcher for the Pirates, and he's got 5 saves in 6 opportunities, 10 strikeouts, 1.00 whip, 0.212 batting average against, and he's only given up 1 run. He's actually 2-0 as well, so obviously a closer, but he's gotten the win twice there, and 0 losses with amongst the top league leaders right now in saves early in the season. And pricing wise, if you can get him for under 300 stubs, which those buy now pricings are at right now, I think that's a pretty good pickup, and it's somebody, again, to pay attention to monitor throughout the season. The main point of this initial video was to put out some names out there for you guys to pay attention to. Maybe not go heavy on them right now, but pay attention to their outputs, IRL, check the MLB.TV app, or the MLB app, I meant to say, or MLB.com, and pay attention to these these guys, pitchers, when they're starting and you know, the averages on some of these position players, and then go out and buy if you see they continue to do good. And a lot of times with roster updates, you know, the market is going to go crazy right before the update and then right after it, and then everything kind of settles down. And being that it's a 3-week gap in between upgrades and downgrades, you're probably going to see a lot of people forget about cards, and kind of in that lull, that's when you're going to be able to make the best investments. And we'll be back. We'll probably do one of these videos at least every other week, maybe every week on Wednesdays, so we can get you thinking about cards that should get upgraded well before the roster updates come out, so we're better prepared. But that's what we got for this week. Thank you for watching. My name is Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.